as we learn to speak honestly and truthfully, whatever it is, without feeling judged by ourselves or others, we start to realize, oh, wait, I am okay. And I want you to know you are not broken. You just have some things that need to be healed, but there's nothing ultimately wrong with you.
What if the best chapter of your life hasn't even begun yet? What lies within you is the power to live brighter, bolder, and truer than ever before. So welcome to Vivatude, where caregiving, connections, and career come into balance, and where your vitality, vision, and voice shines through. Because the revolution isn't out there, it's already within you. Welcome to Vivatude.
We are back on Vivatude. This is Lauren Archer, and my guest today is Ellen Newhouse, and we are talking about caring for your energy. How do you shift your energy? How do you elevate your energy? And how do you release some of that, emotional trauma from the past? So, Ellen, in this segment, I'd love to ask you, what can women do on a practical level? What are your top tips to help women change their energy and feel better, feel more authentic?
Great question. So, the very first thing that I would say that you can do that's super simple is get a journal and start writing every single day how you're feeling. What are your thoughts? What if you knew what you were feeling, because sometimes we get stuck. Just put your pen to paper, maybe set your timer for 10 minutes, put your pen to paper and just write. Don't pick the pen up because in that practice, a lot of things come out from the subconscious that we don't even allow ourselves to say. So that would be the very first thing. The next thing, if you're dealing with grief or trauma or an illness of any kind, get very quiet and ask your body. Go to that place where the illness lives, where the trauma is in your heart, where the grief is in your heart, and ask, what are you trying to teach me? What is this illness trying to teach me? What is the blessing of this trauma, of this grief? What is the blessing of this disease? And write it down. You may be shocked.
Wow. And so many of us don't want to do that. I mean, that's scary. You want me to feel?
Yes, yes, I want you to feel a lot. Yes, that's,
Okay.
you know, because as we go right into the wound or the area, believe me, it has so much wisdom. I do this a lot with my patients, and it's shocking what comes out. It's just so surprising and so informative. The
Wow.
third thing is I want you to have a friend that you can tell anything to, and they can tell you anything because we need to be in community. Too many women are isolated and alone, and they don't feel free to tell somebody, one person, what is their truth.
That is so important. I do feel that sense, and that's why I'm so excited to be part of Vivitude, that as we listen to each other's stories even, and we learn about some of these ways that other women are processing trauma, are moving through the challenges of caregiving and midlife, that gives us a sense of, oh, I'm not alone. There's other people dealing with the same thing.
Absolutely, and it's so important. We're living in a culture that is very lonely. And as we learn to speak honestly and truthfully, whatever it is, without feeling judged by ourselves or others, we start to realize, oh, wait, I am okay. And I want you to know you are not broken. You just have some things that need to be healed, but there's nothing ultimately wrong with you.
Well, and I think the piece there that's really encouraging is hope, because again, so many women have been dismissed by the medical system with these mystery illnesses that they have come to just live with it. And what I'm hearing you say is that by addressing the emotional and underlying spiritual energies of what's happening in the body, that there is hope.
Absolutely. I mean, I went from hopeless to hopeful because I couldn't breathe. And when you can't breathe, nothing is working and you feel broken. And when you don't have support, I mean, it's like you feel absolutely 100% helpless. And so I want people to know really nothing wrong with you. In fact, the illness is trying to get your attention to let you know there's everything right with you. I mean, it's our power. We find our power in addressing what we feel is off. And once we go right into it and don't avoid it, it's so powerful.
It's like asking the question, where is the gift in this? And finding it. And oftentimes we do need other people to help us find that. It's hard to do by ourselves.
Absolutely. And learning that it's okay to say, I want and need some help. I mean, I think women have been convinced that they don't need support. They should be able to do it all by themselves. And
Right. We
believe
have to
me, I
tough
had
it
a
out.
ton of support in those 5 years to be able to heal.
Yeah.
So
Well, you are a living example of vitality, energy, joy. You sing, you write, you produce amazing things. You've done a woman show. And having come from your background with the level of trauma and even the physical illness that you did, it is just so inspirational. So we are going to come back. And when we come back with Ellen, I'm going to invite Ellen to give our listeners a taste of some of the work that she does so that you can get a sense of what it's like for yourself. This is Vivatude with Lauren Archer and Ellen Newhouse.
And thanks for listening to Vivatude. 4 hosts, one each week. We help you revivitude your next chapter because purpose, passion, and prosperity isn't out there. They're already within you. Brighter, bolder, truer. Vivatude.